What's up, guys? This is Market Omega back at it again this Friday with another monthly recap. I'll be going over standout trades from this month. So without further ado, let's go. All right, guys. So, once again, we're back with another monthly recap. It's a new month. Well, actually, it's the end of July. So, we've concluded an entire month of trading and speculating and all that stuff. So, I'm going to be recapping some of the trades that we had. Some were really good. Some trades were so-so. And, the market was kind of hot for small caps. It was really hot. So, like from the start to the finish, we had, great opportunities for long traders and also short bias traders if you knew what you were doing. And, you had proper risk management. You could have made money on both sides. So, I'm just going to jump right in. Let's see here. Let me get my notes out so I don't forget. All right. So, we're going to start off with the SPY. So basically, the Senate has passed they voted on a bipartisan infrastructure bill, and I believe it's about $1 trillion or something. It's like 1 trillion or something like that. It's quite a lot of money. So, you guys know what that means, right? So pretty much when they passed the bill, more printing, right? Extra Fed money printing, and what that's going to do is it's just going to be so much money in circulation, and then eventually cost of goods and services are going to go up, and your dollars are becoming worth less and less with each passing year. Okay. So, part of that is, they can't help it. They have to make sure that our infrastructure is sound and is up to date. But then another part was caused by COVID. People staying home, and they had the what's the word I'm looking for? They basically had the bill that had they could send money out to people, and it's more printing and everything. So I just think that going forward, there's going to be inflation, okay, and that's going to increase. But if anything, it actually bodes well for cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin because the more money in circulation, the more there's inflation, the more with the depletion of the value of the dollar, people are going to go into safe haven assets that offer some type of store of value, and that's gold and Bitcoin and some of those fixed commodities. So just keep an eye on the Bitcoin chart, keep an eye on the gold chart and silver, and those things are a good store of value assets. Now, looking at the SPY right now, I don't really have to go too much into the SPY. I just think we're going to keep on going higher. Okay. We're going to go higher. And I think somewhere closer to the end of the year, around December, we're going to experience a big drop. Okay, so that's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying, hey, go out and start investing and close all your positions by the end of December, the 20th to the 1st of January. Just close it out because we're gonna drop. No, this is just my opinion. I think we're just gonna keep going higher until we get to the end of December period, and then splat. Okay. So that's what I'm anticipating. So just keep a close eye on the SPY and pay attention to the news that's coming out. All right. So that said, we're just going to dive into the small cap market. It was insane. Okay. It was absolutely bonkers. So we're going to go into MRIN. That's the first one just off the top of my head right there. And let's see if we can go all the way back here to the first. Right, where was that? Okay, so I went too far back. Okay, so right here. So MRIN was a monster. It was a crazy mover, right? So what started out as a midday runner, popped up, and then it became this like multi-day runner stock. So MRIN, I did trade this when it got halted. I got it out of the halt. And, there's a lot of room, right? There's a lot of room to run on this stock there. So as you can see, just looking at the chart there, that there's room to run, to a next level of resistance right around here. So whenever I see something like that, I'm just looking to buy, long on support, or, if the stock on halts, I'm looking to just buy the washout, okay? Because shorts are in trouble right there. Look, in this area right here, they're in trouble, right? If the stock is running up right there, they're going to be in trouble, because the stock could easily go all the way over here. So, and sometimes it'll blow through this resistance levels and just keep going up, right? I've seen that so many times. So, I want to take a long right around here, for a nice little washout long, and then sell the resistance, and then when it comes back down to support, get back in support and ride it again. So MRIN was a monster stock. I mean, look how this thing just ripped, came back to retest the same support level, right? The same support level, bounced off it, boom. I like stocks like that, okay? Stocks that give us a multi-day opportunity. And a lot of these stocks start out as, midday runners. And that's one of the reasons why when a stock runs a midday and it's got a lot of volume, I tend to keep it on my watch, because, you can see like a late day spike, like in the case, like right here, I believe, like right here, you got a late day spike right there into close. And then, it typically sells off into close and then chops around, and then a few days later it comes back to run. So MRIN, that was an awesome trade, okay? And then another one was, let's see here, I think that was SQBG. So we got SQBG. That was a monster. SQBG was a monster midday runner. I mean, I looked at the chart, right? This thing had so much room. It had a lot of room to run. It was breaking key resistance levels. Okay, it broke key resistance levels, and then it just kept going up. This thing was crazy. If you shorted this thing, you're dead. Okay, you got 13 points of room right there. It was a lot of room, man. You got smoked. So SQBG was pretty good. Now, the only thing that I don't like with SQBG was the stock didn't give us a multi-day run, kind of like MRIN. So I have this on the watch list on the 6th, right? We made money right here on the front side move. And, normally what I do is whenever I see this type of moves, I just long the washouts, like if it gets halted, I long the washouts. Or if we pop up and get a nice little pullback, I'm buying on the pullback close to support levels, or, moving averages and stuff, right? So right here, we had SQBG, and it ripped up. Boom, it blew through this resistance level right there, and then it got rejected, right? So I had wanted this thing to reclaim, and then, maybe chop around for a little bit, and then give us another multi-day run, right? Kind of like MRIN and some stocks, that we've seen in the past. But it didn't do that. It just, got rejected, and then it just sold off. So that wasn't good at all. Okay, but we had the opportunity right here, and you guys know I'm a long bias trader. So when there's no opportunity, when you get something like this and it just chops around, I don't even bother with it. I don't even mess with it. I just leave it alone. So you got the pop and then a fade. And right now, it hasn't really done much. So I think it's due for a bounce pretty soon. If you take a look at the daily, it's due for some type of bounce soon. Now, the fact that it's right here below its 200-day moving average, I don't really like that. I prefer to have the stock above its 200-day because that makes me more bullish for a continuation. It makes me more bullish on a continuation to the upside. All right, so that's SQBG. And then we had NEGG. NEGG was a monster. Good God. Let's go back and look at NEGG. It was crazy. I think NEGG was like the biggest mover we had all. It was like the biggest mover we had all month. Actually, it was awesome. So NEGG, we had. I think I traded NEGG on this day right here, right towards the power hour. I just bought the dips. This is a small trade that I took right here, right? I bought the dips into support areas, and then just longed it. And, ideally, when you're buying dips, you want to make sure those moving averages are right beneath it, because those offer key, support, So like in this case right here, when NEGG was ripping and falling right there, right? Key support. See how it keeps bouncing off these moving averages? Yeah, you've got that right there, and you've got the VWAP. So those are key support levels. But this thing was just a crazy mover, right? It had lots of room to run. I think that might have been, let me see if I can go back. I think that might have been the all-time high. Okay, no, it's not. Okay, so it wasn't the all-time high, but it had a lot of room, right? When it broke the 20s and 30s, it had a lot of room to run. So what I did was basically I got long on the front side. Where's that? So I got long on this wash, right? Now, I paid the price because I overstayed my welcome. So normally, when a stock gets halted once or twice, you can get in, okay? By the third halt, if a stock gets halted like 3 times, it becomes less appealing. It like usually reverses, okay? It doesn't continue on in the same direction, like by the third halt. So I think what happened here was I got long. Where did I get long right there? And then I stopped out. It didn't work out too well for me. Let's see. Gosh, I forgot where I took a loss somewhere around here. But there was a guy in particular in some room that was shorting this front side move, right? And that's just crazy. That's just stupid. Like, why would you short a move like this to the front side? I mean, this is just front side move, lots of room to run. You don't short this. I mean, the guy was almost down over 100,000, right? And then they had some people in other rooms that were blowing up. I mean, not in our room. We didn't blow up, okay? Well, we traded the stock the right way. And, you have the right guidance and everything, so you don't blow up. You don't make stupid mistakes, right? Shorting a parabolic stock like this is stupid, okay? It's a fool's game. You don't want to do that. So this thing pulled back, and I think I took a loss somewhere here. But then when it came down to reclaim this moving average, and I got long right there. I think I got long on this break right there in the 50s, and then boom. So I made back whatever I lost off that move right there, right? And if you go back and watch the video lessons I have on the website, right, pretty much I talk about different strategies that we utilize in our room to basically ride trend or get quick profits to the upside or downside, and with minimal risk. So we have those strategies. They're all on the website, so just go back and watch them. It's really solid. So NEGG, that was a monster move. It was a monster move there. So the stock basically pulled back, and it's pulled back a lot. Okay, so going back right now, we're around $18. So that's a far cry from that 70s price range. So being at $18, I think the stock, this is a crazy pullback. It's got to bounce pretty soon. It's still holding above its 200-day. That's great, but it's got to bounce. I mean, at some point, it's got to bounce. So expect that maybe if it gets down to the low teens, maybe like 11 or 12, it could bounce. Or if it hits the support right there, around 1550, you could see some type of bounce. So just keep it on watch going for next week. Okay. So NEGG, crazy trade. And then we also had CARV. Okay, so let's so CARV was a stock that was a great trade. Okay, and let's see. So I traded it to the front side. Okay, I got long after the wash to 23. I remember that trade in particular. Well, the first trade I got was off the halt. Got halted, got the wash out. I got long, boom, made my money, right? And then the stock came down right here, and it washed towards the $23 level, and that happened to be support. It was support somewhere around there, so I got long around 23, and made my money on the move up, right? Scaled out on the move up, and now it was pretty good. The problem that I made a bad mistake towards the close. So what I did was, the stock was falling, and then I basically got long thinking it was going to bounce. I think I got long around this support area right there at 26, and it blew through that, and then I added, and then it kept going lower. Okay, I only add like 2 to 3 times, right? I'm not like one of those traders that stupidly add to the front side or stupidly just add to the back side. I only add on at key support levels, and the most I'll add is like 2 to 3 times tops, and that's it, right? So in this case, I added, if it moved down, and I added some more, and then it just kept going down, and then I cut it. So I ended up giving back a huge chunk of my profits. I think I actually went red on this one setup right here, CARV. So all in all, it was a great trade. You could have used the same strategies we talk about in the room. The strategies that are on the website, moving averages, support resistance, reading the tape, reading SEC filings, kind of knowing what the stock's potential is, how much of a run could be in the stock, and how much potential does this stock have to go. If there's any dilution, you kind of know if there's dilution, if they have an S1, if they have an S3, how much cash they have on hand, who are the main players, who are the key underwriters, and what's their MO. What kind of history do those underwriters have, right? We talk about all those things in the room. And, we attack the stocks from a top-down approach. We look at the sector, and then we go into the stock. We look at the filings, and then look at the technicals and fundamentals. So you have a well-rounded approach, a well-rounded analysis to day trading. Only at Market Omega Trades, guys. All right, so CARV was awesome. CARV was beautiful, right? So we got the crazy move to the front side, and then you got the back side. Now, CARV was kind of similar to SQBG. Was it SQBG or NEGG? I don't know. Well, in the sense that it got rejected here, right? We didn't get a multi-day mover. Okay, the stock opened, ripped up, broke the previous day highs, boom, came down, got rejected. Okay, you want to see it hold those levels and then consolidate, and then you get another move up, right? That's what I like to see. So in this case, we got this pop, flush, reclaim, pop, flush. So right now it's kind of trading in the $15 level. So, I'm going to keep CARV on watch because for next week, because I think this stock could have a run coming up. Okay. You kind of have this falling wedge that's forming right there. Actually, let me do it. Yeah. So you gotta have a falling wedge that's forming. It's still above its 200 days, so that's good. So if it breaks out of this 1750 area, consolidates some, and maybe gets above 20, that could be a bazooka all the way back to 30. At least 25. Okay. So just keep CARV on watch for next week. We might be able to get some type of move on it. All right. And then we had SGOC. So we had SGOC. That was a stock that ran. We had some crazy runners this month, guys. A lot of runs, man. So SGOC, I traded that on the 9th. So I traded that this day right here. It wasn't on the gap scan, but it was a midday runner. And, sure enough, it had a lot of room to run. So, what I did was, I don't think I caught the halts, the on-halt washout play. I didn't catch that. But I did get it when it went down to support. So I got the support bounce, and traded that to the long side. And then I got the moving average reclaim as well. So that's pretty good. So SQBG was great. The next day, the stock opened, ran up. It held its previous day's highs, which is what you want to see, right? When a stock breaks out, you want to see it. Oh, come on, what's going on? You want to see the stock hold its previous day's highs, right? So like in this instance, broke through this 1870s level. So you want to see it hold those levels, right? And then you get a further upside move there to higher daybreak, right? So that's pretty awesome. That was pretty good, right? We didn't get a day 3. The stock just opened and sold off. And, typically day 3 moves are reversal moves. All right. So you want to see like day 1 rip, day 2 rip. Okay. Day 3 reversal, day 4 continuation, rip, day 5 continuation, right? That's what you want to see. So it'll look like, this is how it'll look on the daily chart, right? So if you got a day 1, crazy ripper, day 2, crazy ripper, right? You don't want to see these wicks, though. I don't like these wicks that you're seeing here. If it had like a, if the stock closed closer to the highs, like right, if it closed somewhere around here, and then the next day you got another rip, like, and it closed right around here. Day 3, you want to see a pullback, a red candle. That's fine. And then day 4, you want to see a candle that'll break through those previous highs. That's an engulfing, right? And then you get a solid move continuation, a solid move to the upside. So that didn't happen on SGOC, but you know, we still had the opportunity to go long on dips and make some money on that. Okay, and then we have NURO. So NURO was on the 20th. NURO, let's go take a look at NURO. Absolute monster trade. I mean, NURO was just, it was just awesome. It was so awesome. Okay, so NURO, I traded that a few times. You know, got the rip long on dips. That was good. It was a nice trader in the fact that we got a crazy move right here, day 1, an even crazier move, day 2. Day 3, you normally get a pullback. So right here, right, acted like it was going to break out, got stuffed, pull back. Day 4, either day 4 or day 5, you want to get a move up to break these levels right there, right? Day 4, boom. And then day 5 to break that previous high. And then, you know, day 6, you know, trend just changes to the downside. So this was awesome. Okay, got the front side move. Whenever I see a front side halt like this and it's got a lot of room on the chart, I'm usually trying to get in on the washout longs. So the washout longs are good. So you get this resumption, washout, boom, get long, rip. Okay, and then by the second halt, it starts to get a little shaky. By the third halt, it's definitely a reversal, right? So in this instance, I think you got halt 1 right here, resumed right there. You got another rip, halt. That's halt. This is halt 1, halt 2, halt 3. Start looking for reversals. Okay, start looking for reversals because by halt 3 and definitely halt 4, this thing is going down. Okay, you don't want to be holding by the 4th halt. Okay, so NURO was good. You know, we had this day 3 stock, day 3 gapper, broke through these highs right there in pre-market, ripped up, got rejected at the open, and that was all. Okay, so NURO, it's falling a lot, man. This is a crazy drop. It's a crazy drop. So what you want to do now is basically wait for a nice, you know, nice move, green day, right? So you want to wait for a green day, and you want the stock to close close to the highs on that green day, and then you add it to your watch list because the next day we could have a continuation. Okay, so right now with NURO, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 red days, 1 green day, 2. So we've got about 2 to 3 more red days before we get a big relief pop. Okay, so that's NURO, and on the 22nd we had IPA. So IPA was another great trade. It was a great trade. So we had, let me go back and look there. So IPA was monster move. I basically got long the pre-market high break. Got long the pre-market high, broke out, maintained. It ripped some more, got halted. I got long on the washout. It was a small, tiny washout, right? But I was watching the tape. As soon as it looked like it was coming back, boom, I got long, got the rip. So I made money here on IPA. I don't remember if I traded the backside. I don't remember that, but I made money on this trade right here. It was pretty awesome. All right, it's pretty good, pretty easy. Okay, and then we had NRXP. Okay, that was another stock that ran. It ran the same day as IPA. So this stock basically ripped, and I got that on the long of the support. Okay, the support retest, I got long, sold the rip, and I think I traded this somewhere around here in late day, you know, power hour time, and yeah, that was pretty good. NRXP was good. So the next day, this thing popped up, right? It actually opened, fell. I was thinking it'll at least hold this level right here, this previous day's high, but blew through that, but then it reclaimed eventually, right? And the thing started popping up, broke the pre-market highs and power hour and ripped. I made money right here, okay? So when the stock was ripping up there, I started watching it, and then I got long. I think I got long somewhere around here in the $25 area, and I held it, and it went up to about 26. I was a point, and it got halted. So when the stock resumed, I basically sold up there, got about 2 points, 2 or 3 points average on that move. So that worked out pretty well. And then the next day, it just opened, sold off, and it's been selling off ever since. So what you want to do is for this stock, oh man, actually, you know what? Yeah, I don't like that. It's bearish. I don't like it. Yeah, it's not bullish at all. It's bearish. It's below the 200-day moving average. It got whacked at the 200, and then you got this bearish engulfing. So yeah, so I don't like that. I'm just gonna leave that alone. I prefer IPA for a bounce. Well, no, IPA is actually bearish as well. What was the stock I just looked at? Was it NURO? I think it was NURO. Yeah, so NURO. Yeah, so I prefer NURO. NURO is still above its 200-day moving average, so I like that better than the other ones. All right, so guys, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it for the movers that we had this month. As far as today, we had ERIP, so the stock was popping up there, and then I got long. I think I got long somewhere around this 890, right? Because the stock looked like it was holding this level right there, and then we could have gotten a move over this $10 area, but it didn't do that. It just popped up, held. I was up about 3 to 5 cents or something, and then it just came down. So I stopped out. I took small size just because the stock, this is not an A quality setup for a long because, you know, it's below its pre-market high. So I just took small size on it. There's XBIO, you know, gapped up today, but sold off. Nothing to write home about. TAOP, same thing. Pop, sell off. FLGC, just a continuation of the last few days. FLGC, we had an opportunity to long, you know, traded on this day right here, right? Same strategies, basically long the break of retested support, use the moving average strategies for it, and you could have made some money. And now we got BTBT. So BTBT is a stock I was watching today. I was hoping for a red to green, so I actually wanted this thing to kind of wash out at the open and then do a red to green, but it just started popping up and started moving up. But I didn't like it. Okay, I didn't trade it just because it's got a lot of resistance to go through. LMFA, I was just bearish on that. No news, popped up, fade, bearish. NTECH, monster yesterday. I forgot to talk about this one. This one was huge. I made money on this one, right? Frontside longs off of, frontside longs of the halt, halt resume. And then I used moving average strategy for that as well. So NTECH was pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay. AHPI stock, the stock is moving up there. You know, one to watch. We can have a break to about that 1020. Now there is a bunch of resistance around above this 1020 to about 1080 area. There's a bunch of resistance there, but it looks like it could be good. Okay, it could be good if it keeps holding 9. You know, that looks like it could be good. If not, if it starts to perk up right here, just be careful because there's some resistance, okay? And this was a midday runner, got halted, resumed, sell off. Nothing to write home about, just leaving that alone. Okay, so the main stock that I'm going to be watching today is AHPI. That's the main watch. AHPI was an actual runner a few days ago. Go back and look at it. It was a runner on this day right here on the 13th. That was a monster, right? Monster move to the upside, and then you just trade it the same way you trade the other ones, right? Halt, resume, washout, and then use support, trade the support, and then go back and look at the moving averages and stuff like that. So many ways you can buy this thing, and have low risk entries on the name. So HPI was pretty good. That was pretty good. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the monthly recap, guys. We do have our webinar with a certain guy in the room. His name is Ace of Spade. He goes by the name Ace of Spade. Great guy. He's one of those guys that doesn't really talk much, but his trades speak for themselves. I mean, this guy, he's a silent killer. Okay. He trades to the long side, and sometimes he shorts as well. So, if you guys are in the room, just make sure you watch his webinar. It's coming up this Sunday. If you can't make the live webinar, they're going to be posted in the chat and on the website, so you can watch it later on. But if you're going to be there, it's this Sunday, August 1st at 3 p.m. Eastern, okay? And it's going to be hosted by Sav. And, you guys are, this guy is great, okay? That's all I can say. Ace of Spades is great. Just make sure you watch the webinar, okay? And then, guys, if you're watching this anywhere else, guys, check us out, marketomegatrades.com. We pretty much just give you, the best strategies that'll enable you become the best trader that you can be. Okay. None of these fluff stuff out there, none of this BS, this bullshit, outdated strategies. No, we actually use, proven strategies that work. All right. And, it's a great community. So many people from different walks of life that are out there. And, you get to pick our brains, the guys that trade really well, and just figure out, what makes us, how are we able to trade the way we trade, and what is it that we see on these charts and stuff like that. And we're always willing to help. So Market Omega Trades, guys, that's where it's at. And follow me on Twitter at Market Omega. I post everything from stocks to sports and cryptocurrencies and life in general, basically. And, just feel free to follow me there and just shoot the shits, right? And also, you can follow my partner, Sav. He's on Twitter as well, Sav Trades. He usually posts just like I do, charts and, strategies and stuff. Okay. And if you're watching this on YouTube, okay, if you're going to be watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Okay, type in Market Omega Trades, hit the subscribe button, and turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I upload new content. Okay, guys, so that's it. You guys have been great. Thanks for tuning in to the monthly recap, and I'll see you guys in chat. Today is Friday, July 30. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And I'll see you guys bright and early Monday morning for the pre-market analysis. All right, guys? Take care.